I created a new build to bring into the Pro-Am for the 2x rep event. Now we took it to 3v3 Pro-Am and I absolutely dominated with this build. This build goes absolutely crazy. My two-way slash and shot creator, and this is the build that I'm about to show y'all today. So while I'm showing off the build, I'm gonna have all the clips and gameplay showing in the background so y'all can see what I'm talking about while I'm actually showing you how to make this build. So this build is coming in at power 4. We wanted to make an absolute mismatch, but at the same time be able to hold it down on the defensive end. So we went 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan, and then we put the weight up to 252 pounds. Now, all of this weight purposes is for cap breakers. We actually got a couple cap breakers that we want to use this build, but we'll get into those cap breakers when we get to the actual build. Now for the finishing, this build finishes absolutely amazing, and we're not even to our max capability yet. We have a 91 drive and dunk. Now this 91 drive and dunk gets us silver posterizer. We have a 91 for the simple purpose of we're going to use our +5 cap breaker to get us a 96 drive and dunk, so we will have Hall of Fame posterizer on this build. As you see on the badge right here, we already had an 85 vertical, so we got that tapped out. Now for the layup, we got a 71 layup, but all of the rest of these stats are pretty much tied to the drive and dunk that we have, or at least the mid-range that we have. So we're trying to minimize the rest of them, but at least having this 71 gives us bronze physical finisher that helps us make some of those layups when we get knocked out of a dunk animation, at least while I have this 91 drive and dunk. Now, I have so many clips shooting on this build, and that's absolutely crazy knowing that I only have a 76 3-point shot on this build. Now, we wouldn't be able to get the badges and stuff that we have. You see Dead Eye, Set Shot Specialist, Shifty Shooter. We wouldn't be able to get these badges with just the 76 driver dunk. That's why we went with the 87 mid-range shot so we can get these badges. Now there's one big reason why I went 87, and it's because at 87 mid-range, you can get the Kevin Durant signature go-to shot. Now I have a glitchy speed boost that I use this Kevin Durant signature go-to shot, and I didn't really use that much in this clip, but like I say, when I need to pull it out, it's my go-to. We also have Set Shot Specialist on silver, and I believe I'm going to actually use my Max +1 badge to turn this Set Shot Specialist to gold so we can have a bigger green window for shooting standstill jump shots. So we shoot a lot of standstill jump shots with this build. Now for playmaking, we have a 75 pass accuracy, and if you didn't know, the passes that we make now move faster than they seem to move in NBA 2K24. So this 75, we be having dots that just be flying up the court. But on top of that, we got the 80 ball handle. Now the 81 ball handle gets you handles for days for silver. But when I was testing it out, it didn't make a huge difference to me, and I could use that one attribute point to put other things like my speed, because I needed a little bit more speed on this build. Now the big thing on here is this 75 speed with bar. When I tell you this lightning launch on silver absolutely goes crazy for these builds that's this size. I am absolutely moving, and then I got builds that's 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot, and I'm flying by them, man. Like, it's so hard for people to keep up with me with this silver lightning launch. So that's a huge reason that I went for this 6'8", because we, like I say, we wanted to make a mismatched build. Now for defense. Defense is the strong suit of this build, but there is one weakness in this build, and I'm gonna break it down to you after I break it down all these attributes. Now, for interior defense, we got an 82 interior defense. That gets us gold off-ball pass, silver paint patroller, and silver post move lockdown. Now, I actually use my Max +1 badge because my paint patroller on the 6'8" build is a tier 2 badge. So I actually put my paint patroller badge on gold. But sometimes, especially if I'm using this build to play 1v1, I'm probably gonna put it on post move lockdown, because the one weakness of this build for some reason is that I get spent off of or drop step on worse than I do on my 6'10" build. And on my 6'10" build, I have a lower interior defense, the same block and the same strength, but for some reason I get moved off easier on my 6'8" build than my 6'10" build. Now, perimeter defense, this is actually huge right here. On perimeter defense, we get silver challenger, and we get bronze on ball menace, bronze pick dodger, silver movable forcer, and then we already had that gold off ball pest from before. Now, With the perimeter defense, we got an 82. So like I say, this is good enough. And on top of that, I had a 6'10" build with like a 79, but it didn't have the on ball menace. That on ball menace helps you get a lot more bump animations when it comes to it. Now for the steal, I got a 60 steal. Now I'm still getting used to using, you know, passing lane steals. I haven't been that successful. You're getting passing lane steals on this build, but like I say, I only played on this build one day. Now for the block, we do get silver high flying denier on this build. And like I say, chase down go crazy when you're in the vicinity of the player. It might look like they got a dunk going off, but then we do get a lot of these chase down high flying denier animations. Now this is the absolutely crazy part. I got a 92 defensive rebound and I be snagging. Listen, I'm grabbing boards off of 7-footers, everything like that. Now I could be because I have an 85 vertical on top of it, but I'm jumping up there getting rebounds like absolutely crazy. Now the one thing about rebounding that I don't like is when you're playing like a post scorer and they're sitting there like drop stepping you and laying it up and miss it because you in there, but they won't let you come back up to get the ball. Now maybe that's because my pogo stick wasn't upgraded at that period of time. So maybe when I get my pogo stick on gold, I might be able to do a little better job of that. But when it comes to just your standard rebounds, I am snagging like absolutely crazy. Now for the physicals, we got the 75 speed and the 71 agility. Now the agility is actually pretty solid on this build. I can move around pretty good. I wish I had a little bit of speed, but eventually we're gonna use our cap breakers to get this speed up to an 80, cause that's my plan at least. And then we got an 83 strength. Now, like I say, if you get, or if you decide you want to lower something else to get this strength up to a higher strength, I probably recommend it because like I say, those post scores is the only thing that really gets me on this build. Everything else I can guard. I can guard everything 1 through 5. As long as you don't have like a 90 something post score, then that's when usually I have a issue. And then we got the 85 vertical. I didn't say, your Hall of Fame aerial wizard, so we can catch lives like crazy on this build. We're jumping high for rebounds on this build. And then this 85 will actually get us posterizer on Hall of Fame when we use our cap breakers on our drive and dunk. Now for the build name, y'all see, like I told y'all before, this is a two-way slashing shot creator build. Now I love this build. Now I made 2 builds. I made my 6'10" build, and I love my 6'10" build. There are different ways that these builds are being used. On top of being 6'8", you just get way more animations than you get on a 6'10". But the defense and having that extra size on a 6'10" absolutely goes crazier. But the offense on this one, and on top of I've mastered rhythm shooting. That's why I'm shooting 50-60% with a 76 3 ball on this two-way slashing shot creator. So if y'all want to see the breakdowns of rhythm shooter from this build, check out the video. It's gonna be on this side of the screen for me. We also gonna link down if you want a little more defensive big man build. Down at the bottom part of the screen down there, we're gonna have the 6'10" KD type build that got good defense on that build right there. Now we will have the dribble animations and the jump shot coming in the next couple videos. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hit the like button, the sub button. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here.